Good morning, folks. Folks, it's Tuesday, April 18th. I got a couple really great picks for you today. I'm really excited. I'm going to give you some bullish targets. Continuation of what we've been talking about. First, if anyone's watching this, if you can put in the chat, did you guys receive a notification, a push notification on your phone this morning about the morning show today? I'm not sure if it's working because I didn't get mine and I pushed out a few and it's a low audience. I'm not sure that's working. If you did get a push, just put that in the chat so I know that's working properly. All right, I'm going to jump right into stocks. Usually lately we've been doing the macro, but if you remember, before really the Ukraine war, we're just looking at individual stocks, individual catalysts. The macro didn't mean much to us, and I can't wait to get back to those days where we're not looking at QQQ SPY, we're not looking at CPI, and we're just evaluating stocks on their own merits, on their own chart, on their own catalysts. That hasn't been the case. We've had to look at the macro for the past year and a half, but this morning feels like one of those mornings. I didn't even look at QQQ SPY. I have no idea where they are. We have a nice, literally, I didn't look at them. We have a nice list of stocks. You can see here, lots of green here, that's having continuation on multiple pillars, all right? So the first one we talk about is Microsoft. Look at this. I don't even know why this pop right here in the last few minutes, but I know why I was in it since yesterday morning. And it's interesting. It's a ChatGPT catalyst. I made this one of my two picks at Wolf Financial Spaces. And in that conversation, one of the things I noted was that this year, there's been several ChatGPT catalysts from Microsoft where the stock did not respond strongly on day one, but it did respond strongly on day two. I don't know if you guys remember that, but at least on two occasions. And I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised if this happens again. And it may be because institutions have to go and do their homework, right? There was a report from New York Times on Sunday. This is the catalyst that we brought to you yesterday. Report by New York Times that Samsung is looking to replace Google search as their default with Bing search as the default, right? And this is just a rumor, speculation, a report. Doesn't mean it's necessarily going to happen, but it's certainly improve sentiment and speculation that it might. And yesterday I postulated to you that Microsoft will see a new 52-week high. 294.18 is a 52-week high. Yesterday I said we're heading for a new 52-week high if this story is not debunked, right? If this story is still out in the ether and something doesn't come out, such as Samsung saying, no, that's not true, or Google come in and taking some action on their own to try to keep that business. Nothing like that has come out yet. So this is still the catalyst that's driving this stock. And I'm not surprised at all to see the strong close yesterday. Not surprised at all to see the move right now, although there may have been some other piece of news that just came out because that's a sharp move. But in any case, I'm still looking for a new 52-week high. And it looks like it may happen today. 294.18 is that new the 52-week high. Let's look at the chart. If it breaks 294.18, ooh, what a nice spot, man. 294.18, and let's just leave it for that. All right, let's try to break that 52-week high, maybe get an exit. I do have some options, but intermediate term, I actually think this can see the 330s. Unbelievable, right? How could that happen? It could happen in this terrible macro environment if they actually do get a big increase in Bing market share. Right, you see the RSI is relatively low here at 59. These are weekly candles, or is it monthly? Let's just double check. Oh, no, they're monthly. Let me see what the weekly looks like. Still relatively low at 63. But in any case, I think it's not beyond the realm of possibility for Microsoft to get near its all-time highs in the next few months because of this AI push. So Microsoft, top of my list today. I'm excited about that because I did buy some call options yesterday. Okay. Next one, which is also my second pick. By the way, we finished in second place last week with the help of where is that stock here? Where is it? It's up here today too because it was having a good morning. ASUR Software had a good week. That helped us get a second place finish in the stock competition of Wolf Financial Spaces. I want to finish first this week. By the way, for the competition, we want MSFU, which is a levered ETF. Oh, you know what? We're going to have trouble finishing first because the competition is based on the opening price at 9:30 a.m. I'm going to push to change those rules to make it the after hours price the night before when we actually pick the stocks, right? But in any case, Microsoft, second pick, LAZR, Luminar Technologies. I gave you the stock yesterday. I am anticipating a breakout or at least a test. So let's test it first. A test of 628, the 20 DMA. Why? Because of the multiple pillars. We have multiple catalysts coming out of LAZR. We have these catalysts should be improving the sentiment. We have the fundamentals of that multi-billion-dollar deal with Mercedes, and the catalyst the last week or so has been increased production, scale production. 2 factories they've opened, and yesterday's factory in Asia. So an Asian factory to meet Chinese demand. It all sounds very, very bullish. At the same time, when we've had someone massive has been buying options weekly, and it hasn't worked out on the last week's options, April 14th. They sold those for a small loss. April 21st, we're talking about someone who's been buying about 22 to 25,000 contracts, right? I'm not talking about the $10 ones. That might be the same person, might be someone else. I'm talking about the $6 ones. Now, yesterday, they closed the April 21st $6 ones completely. So you see the open interest has dropped from like 25,000 to now 8,000. So that was closed. And what did they do? They rolled it over into May 5th and rolled up and out. All right. And you see that open here. That 20,000 represents 2 million shares. Okay. You have, if that, that could cause a gamma squeeze with the volume. Look at the daily volume. We have here a short position of like 68 million shares. Where is it? It gives me the, 20.5%, which is about 68 million shares. The days to cover on this is like 7 or 8 days. You see the daily volume's about 6-7 million. That contract purchase alone at 650 could cause the MMs, market makers, to have to buy 2 million shares as it approaches $6.50. So potential here. So I'm anticipating a break of this 20 DMA. If it happens, and it may not happen, you may get blocked to 625. But the RSI, look at this MACD about to flip. RSI relatively low. This is really setting up, in my opinion, okay? And if this breaks the 20 DMA, I think your target's right here at the top of this gap, or the bottom of the gap, which is 724, which kind of coincides with these two moving averages. That's 3 resistance levels. When you have multiple resistance levels like that, it's often a magnet. So if you break that 20 DMA, yeah, I see some congestion at the 667, 670 area, okay? But really, my target's still going to be at this triple resistance area of about 724 if we break above this 20 DMA. So I'm real excited about LAZR. Unfortunately, I bought call options yesterday. I was looking for it. Where is it? I couldn't find it in my account. Bought it in the wrong account. It's in my IRA. Didn't want it to be in my IRA, so I might have to swap that out this morning out of my IRA, take a small profit, and buy it, I don't know, more expensive in my trading account. So I might have to do that right at 9:30. But in any case, those are my top 2 picks for today with big targets. New 52-week high, intermediate to term this year, maybe 330s, 340s on Microsoft. And again, LAZR, just repeating myself here because I have pretty good conviction on these. 20 DMA, battling it right now. And then again, 720s is the target, swing target on LAZR. PERI will continue doing well if Microsoft breaks out, right? They've been kind of following each other. PERI's been doing better. So it broke out yesterday. I expect this to continue to new highs if Microsoft keeps going on this Bing speculation. BABA, man, yesterday's candle looked beautiful. This candle right here, the low of the day was well above these resistance levels. You have a bullish cross here, 2050 cross. This is all coming after that major fundamental move of breaking up the company, which unlocks a lot of value. I think BABA's heading over 100 in the near term. Just pointing out Bitcoin bouncing back. This bringing out Mara and Riot. I'm not doing a deep dive into those today. Gold as well. We're just monitoring those. Okay, ASUR Software. This a new 52-week high yesterday. This just keeps going and going on this Russell 2000 inclusion play. And I'm mostly out. I still have some shares in my IRA, and I'm waiting for some sort of blow off top, or maybe close to 18. All right, 18 is when I'll sell the last of my shares as we approach 18, if that happens. Continue to watch ROM. I like it. I've been telling you about the catalyst. On all of these, by the way, the right way to play this, in this market especially, is selling puts on all of these. I don't care what stock we're talking about. All right, it's just this market is too volatile, too up and down. If you're gambling, you buy stock, right? All right. If you're quick day trader, okay, buy the stock, right? But if you're if you want to be conservative and get a really good risk adjusted return, the right way to do this is to sell put options. And I can't wait to have an almost entire focus on that when the hedge fund officially opens May 1st that I'll be involved in. All right. Let's see what else we got over here. LLAP, just pointing out some other strong stocks. There was not much news this morning. All right. There was really nothing. Did I talk about news at all? There's no news. We have Netflix. We have there was Lockheed Martin news, but the guidance was in line, so nothing to chase in my opinion, even though it beat by 9% that quarter. That was just reported, but no other news out there. So I just put in stocks here that have had recent catalysts with good pre-market action this morning. All right. So LLAP here at up 3%, up against that 50 DMA. Honestly, I'd be surprised if it breaks the 50 DMA. Oh, it's right on it this morning at 196, right on the 50 DMA. Wow. Holy smokes. Look at this sky blue if it breaks the 50 DMA, but there's no recent catalyst, so I'm not going to jump on this. I own it, but I'm not going to like double down on this or anything because I have no recent catalyst. That's maybe the wrong decision, but that's how I do it. Story trading style. I need multiple pillars, but that looks beautiful on LLAP. You can maybe have a technical breakout there. VTSI, nice, beautiful chart yesterday. Look at that with that higher low. I love it. One of my bigger positions right now, looking for a break of 6. And really what I'm looking for is another quarter. I'll be looking closely at the next earnings release. If they have another quarter like they just had, and that it should be coming up soon, actually, the next earnings release, maybe in a few weeks. So do we have a date here? Let's see. August 17th doesn't sound right to me. I don't know. All right. I'll have to check that. But in any case, if they have another quarter like they just reported, I think this thing is on a fast track to double digits to $10. So one of my larger positions there. SMSI, I just want to point out, had a nice technical move yesterday. It's right at a key resistance area here, 125, 129, right at 129, really. And it looks like a shallow cup and handle forming over here, shallow cup, potential cup breakout. And guess what? 150. 150 is its target. Not all the way at the 50 DMA. You have strong resistance at 150 because of these couple candles right here. So this can go from 130 to 150 if it breaks 130. And MSOS still watching because we have the event this week on in Washington, D.C. that Schumer is speaking at, and some other legislative activity potentially happening. So looking for a potential break of the 20 DMA on that upcoming catalyst. I think it's this Thursday on MSOS. Yesterday, we looked at chicken soup for the soul. Had some news yesterday morning. I did jump on that right in the morning at 203, sold it around 212 or something. Didn't get the full move, but it's right at the 20 DMA resistance here at about 230 or so. There's a 20 DMA resistance. A lot of good news on this one lately. So maybe this one has a chance of breaking the 20 DMA and making a move towards three or more. So keep that on watch. And if you've done your research on this, let us know what you think. I'd like to know what you think fundamentally on CSSE. Big insider buys. They've raised some money recently, so good things happening there. BTU, great to sell puts on. We talked about this yesterday. And look, that's why you sell puts. If you tried to buy the stock at the open, well, it worked in pre-market, but if you tried to buy it at the open, you're out of luck. This is one of the best stocks to sell puts on. I just cannot wait to sell puts on this monthly when we open the hedge fund on May 1st, or maybe even weekly. Do they have weekly options here? They do. Wow, that'll be fun. All right, ATM coming up on BTU. All right, we got RELL. Okay, we have Netflix earnings tonight. Not making any earnings bets, not in this market. All right, we're going to see the earnings and then decide. So we have Netflix earnings tonight. We have RELL interview tomorrow, and this has been decimated. So there's going to be an important interview. Tune in at 4:30 tomorrow. And then, unfortunately, at the same time, we have Tesla earnings. What time is the CC? Maybe I have to check into this. Hopefully the CC is at like 5:30 or something like that. If it's at 4:30, oh well, I'll have to listen to the recording. But the RELL interview at 4:30 p.m. And that's all we got on the schedule. Listen, ANIX is done. That was a event catalyst play. Maybe it finds support here at the 440 area. A couple support lines, but this is out of play, right? There's no reason to be in this anymore. Or, I mean, unless you're really long-term and you have a diversified portfolio of biotech stocks, that's a different story. But right now, no catalysts that I would anticipate taking that stock up significantly, although they did get a couple of reiterations here, $9 price target and $12 price target by Chardon and HC Wainwright. And that's all we got for today. And I'll be really on top of Microsoft and LAZR. Let's kill it today. I'll see you at 4 p.m. Thanks for joining us.